and I'm joined today with Karen Franker, who is the Director of Online Learning at Edgewood College. We'd like to welcome all of you to our webinar. We're excited to tell you more about the MBA program at Edgewood College. If you have questions as we move along, please type them in the box in the upper right hand corner of your screen and then click Send. We'll either answer them right away or save them for the question and answer section at the end of the session. We'll also send each of you a follow-up email later this afternoon with contact information if you would prefer to talk personally with an admissions counselor or any of us. What I'd like to do is just review the agenda quickly to let you know what we have planned for the next 45 minutes or so. We want to give you a brief overview of Edgewood College, a little bit about the MBA online program and its advantages, a demonstration of our Blackboard course management system, some facts about the MBA program, some information about the value that the MBA degree has if you choose to enroll in the program and graduate, what it will do as you re-enter the job market, and information about the MBA course requirements and tuition costs, and then finally some general information about online program support services. To begin with, Edgewood College is a private college in Wisconsin. We're a member of the Wisconsin Association of Independent Colleges and Universities, and there are 20 of colleges and universities in the state of Wisconsin. And you can see on the map where they are all located. President Dan Carey, president of Edgewood College, is the immediate past president of the National Association of Independent Colleges and Universities. We're one of 5 WACU schools that are offering online education. Several, 8 in number, offer ground courses, including Edgewood in the MBA program. And Edgewood is the first of all of the Wisconsin independent colleges to offer the MBA program online. We also offer a Master of Science in Accountancy online. Both programs just launched this past January. The School of Business is accredited by the ACBSP, which is the Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs. That's an international accrediting body that represents close to 1,000 schools, primarily in the United States, but there are many across the world that are part of ACBSP as well. And then just in the past 18 months or so, Edgewood College has been recognized by the Princeton Review, by the U.S. News rankings, and by Forbes as among the best values for college and undergraduate and graduate education. You can see all of these if you go to edgewood.edu on the website. You can get a lot more information about these recognitions and awards. The picture that you're seeing now is the Oscar Rennebohm Library on the main campus on Monroe Street in Madison, if you're familiar with the Madison community. And that's a wonderful library resource, very high tech, has anything any student would need, whether they're on the ground and taking the class or online. And in the lower level of that building are the offices of the School of Business. So our business office, where we manage the business school, as well as all of our faculty offices, are housed in that building on the main campus. I'd like to share with you just for a few minutes the mission and vision and values of the School of Business. And you can see in the mission that the words in there, you think about innovative teaching and scholarship in an intimate, caring environment with the objective of teaching our students to be lifelong learners and ethical leaders in a global economy. You'll see as I talk later on that one of the values that Edgewood has is that, from a student's perspective, is that we have small classes. Our professors are all primarily focused on teaching, as opposed to a larger university where there's much greater emphasis on research and writing and publishing. So at Edgewood, the courses that you'll take and the professors that you would have in an online or ground setting will be real professors. They won't be teaching assistants or other graduate students learning as well. They will be full-fledged professors, primarily with doctoral degrees as their terminal degree. So we see ourselves being very focused in the intimate aspect of really caring for our students. We work in a global economy, and we want to have our alumni and our graduates be able to be very successful professionally and personally in the global world. You'll see the values of truth, community, partnership, justice, and compassion. Those are values that have their roots in the Dominican tradition that's well over 100 years old of Edgewood College and its founding religious organization. And those values permeate everything that Edgewood does every day, and those permeate how we think about teaching in the School of Business. In addition to those, our courses and our programs have three basic themes, and you'll hear me talk about these later on. One is ethical leadership. You've already seen that embedded in our mission and our vision statements. Entrepreneurship, you've seen that in our vision statement. We want to teach our students to be able to create new and innovative services and businesses. And lastly is sustainability, in terms of not only environmental sustainability, but how do you build an organization and sustain it over a long period of time. So those three themes of ethical leadership, entrepreneurship, and sustainability. In addition to the sort of philosophical values that I just reviewed, the School of Business has developed a set of core operating values and concepts. You can see them on your screen. So we're very learning focused, and as opposed to research focused. Although our faculty do continue with their scholarly pursuits, so that they're teaching, these state-of-the-art best practices, that we know of in the business world. We're customer-student focused, so students come first, and we see that happening every day in terms of how we interact with our students. We will drop anything else that we're doing if there's a student issue and focus on how do we help that student resolve the particular concern, challenge, problem, whatever it is that you're confronted with. We not only want to teach ethical behavior, but we want to model that ethical behavior in our practices. So how we interact with each other and how we interact with you as our students. We want to model a systems view of the business enterprise that is not the computer systems, but the systems of business processes that comprise an organization, whether that's a big for-profit, an international organization, a small business, a not-for-profit, whatever an organization setting is, it behaves as a system. And that's how we organize our classes, and so it's a very integrated approach, and we want to model how we do that. We've already mentioned, or I've already mentioned, entrepreneurial thinking. We want to foster that critical and creative spark that you have and help you learn how to monetize that, I guess, in a way. We're action and results oriented. We are fact-based. We want to teach you to be fact-based in how you consider problems and how you solve business problems. And then we want to be continuously improving. Teach you the concepts of continuous improvement, but also practice that in how we develop and improve our courses and our programs. Just some general comments about Edgewood College and why Edgewood College and the business school and the business program. Our programs have been designed for many years in the graduate business realm to be based upon recognizing the flexible schedule of working professionals. You have jobs, you have families, you have other activities and responsibilities outside of just going to school, so our programs are designed, whether they're on the ground or online, to recognize those differences. We have a strong reputation of being an accredited school with a very strong, excellent faculty and excellent student body. Again, you'll see the ethics. You're going to see that woven throughout everything, so focusing on ethical leadership. We have 13 full-time faculty, and you can see their biographical information on our website. If you go to the edgewood.edu and click on graduate programs and then the business school, you'll see who our faculty are. So 9 of those 13 faculty have doctorate degrees. We have 22 adjunct faculty. All of them have at least one master's degree, if not more, and 4 of those faculty have PhDs. So we have approximately 25 faculty teaching across all of our different programs at any one time. You'll get very personalized, again, that intimate attention, and again, we're accredited by ACBSP.
This is Karen Franker, and I'm again the Director of Online Learning at Edgewood College. I would like to share with you a bit about what makes Edgewood online courses special, and what does online learning at Edgewood have to offer the student. First of all, at Edgewood, you should know that we're committed to doing online right, and our courses infuse best practices of online teaching and learning based on research. As far as specific benefits to offer you as the student, certainly there's the advantage of no travel time, no child care costs, no commuting, no parking fees. It can fit your schedule. And no matter how you learn, if you like to learn text-based, multimedia-based, our courses incorporate a variety of modalities of instruction to fit different needs. You can also learn at your own pace within the course deadlines. It's important to understand that our courses are not correspondence courses. You'll become part of an active learning community, a very supportive learning community, and you'll make numerous professional connections with other participants in the course. You have flexibility to do your work during the week at the time that suits you best, and if that's at midnight in your pajamas, so be it. You decide. And the online discussion style can suit less outspoken students. So if you're a student who tends to be a little hesitant to speak up during a face-to-face class, in the online environment, you'll find that it's much less threatening to contribute to discussions, and you'll feel part of a welcome community. In addition, we offer a dynamic curriculum, very student-centered and active learning opportunities. So you'll feel very involved in the course, and you'll feel that the instructor is very responsive to your needs and your questions. Many times students ask, what about traditional courses versus online? Are they the same? Well, first I would start out saying that not all online degrees are equal indeed. There is a variety in the marketplace, and it's important to study the opportunities offered at different institutions and decide what matters most to you. Edgewood College online degrees do hold the same value as traditional degrees offered. In fact, the actual degree itself, you will not see any difference, and it is not noted anywhere in your record that it's a different type of degree. It's the exact same degree, it's the same faculty, the same accreditation. We have a 90-year brick-and-mortar presence in the community, and we're well respected for our quality and our relevance to student needs. And a lot of people often ask, what about how do HR professionals see, or how does it in the workplace, do they see online courses as being equivalent to face-to-face courses? And indeed, we're seeing perceptions changing. HR professionals, 79% have hired a job applicant with an online degree in the past year. And employers are increasingly finding that the collaborative skills that are built in online courses and the skills with technology and communicating over a distance are critical skills that any business would welcome. And our faculty, it's also important to know that our faculty go through a rigorous faculty development program before they teach online. And they've worn the student hat, so they understand the student perspective. Not all institutions require this type of intensive training, but we feel strongly that having well-prepared faculty is essential to student success and a quality learning experience. Now, if you want to decide, is online learning right for you or not? These are important questions to ask yourself. Do I have time management skills? Am I organized, self-motivated, work independently well, and comfortable with technology? And it's important to consider all these options and to also know that you can expect to spend about 12 to 15 hours per week on an online course. It is no less rigorous than a face-to-face course. So it's important to consider that when you're thinking about online learning. And also you should know that if you have any concerns about technology assistance, we provide assistance from 7 a.m. to midnight 7 days a week. And our help desk support staff know that adult learners have busy schedules and they need quick responses to their questions. Our online classrooms are housed in a learning environment called Blackboard. And when you enroll in an Edgewood Online MBA course, you'll automatically be enrolled in a self-paced Blackboard orientation course to help you get comfortable before class begins. In addition, we also offer mobile access on mobile devices such as iPads, iPhones, Droid phones, and a variety of other tablet devices. Right now, I'd like to take you on a quick tour of one of our online classrooms in Blackboard.
Continuing the Edgewood tradition of connecting learning, beliefs, and actions, Edgewood College connects learners and instructors from around the world through Edgewood College Online. Learners access courses by logging into Blackboard. Blackboard is the learning management system or online classroom environment in which learners have access to course materials and assignments and can connect with peers and instructors through discussion boards and other learning tools. Learners access Blackboard by clicking on the Blackboard link within the Edgewood College website. Each learner has an individual login name and password which is provided by the college. After logging into Blackboard, you'll be able to view a list of courses in which you are enrolled. This page serves as a launching pad for accessing all of your Blackboard courses. An individual course can be accessed by clicking on the course title. While each course will have different assignments and unique content, there are certain features and tools that are present in each course. When you register for an online course, you will automatically be enrolled in a Blackboard orientation course, which is provided for you to become familiar with the basics of navigating Blackboard. When logging into a course for the first time, select the red Getting Started navigation button from the list of buttons on the left-hand side of the screen. Each course has a Getting Started area that contains information which is important to know before beginning a course. Getting Started may contain information about the course instructor, specific course or departmental information, Edgewood College policies, and other keys for course success. After clicking on the Announcements button, you will find any course announcements that the instructor has posted. Sometimes the announcements will be set to appear when you log into the course. Next, you will want to click on the Syllabus button. Here the course syllabus can be viewed or downloaded and saved for future reference. Clicking on the Modules tab will take you to the individual content units or modules for that course. You can then select a specific module. Clicking on a specific module will lead you to the learning objectives, course readings and resources, assignments, and a checklist for that module. The checklist will help each learner review the expectations for that module. Back at the course homepage, clicking on the My Grades button will enable you to view your grades. A click on Resources and Services will lead you to information about the library, graduate programs, technical support, financial aid, bookstore, and other student resources and services. Online learning will often involve working with others on group projects or assignments. While you may not see your peers face-to-face, there are other ways of communicating with them. Two important means of communication are email and the discussion forums. On the course homepage, you may see buttons that list specific tools within Blackboard that will be used as part of a course. For example, in this course, there is a button marked Discussions. After clicking on the Discussions button, learners will be taken to the individual discussion boards for the course. Two discussion boards present in all courses are the Raise Your Hand and Cyber Cafe. If learners have a question about the course that is of a general nature, the Raise Your Hand discussion board can be used. Learners may also choose to continue informal discussions in the Cyber Cafe. Discussion boards are facilitated by the course instructor. Going back to the main course page, you will see a Tools button. Clicking on the Tools button will take you to the various learning tools available within the course. For example, in this course, here is the link for email and another link for the Wiki tool. Wikis may be used for group projects in order to organize tasks or share ideas. Through your Blackboard courses, you become part of an active and supportive online community, continuing the Edgewood tradition of high-quality, personalized learning with the added convenience of flexible access from home or work. Matching your schedule wherever you live. Edgewood College Online.
Now let's take a look at what some of our students have said so far about our courses. As I said before, our courses are very student-centered, and these comments reflect that. We encourage our instructors to be very present in our courses and dedicated to providing prompt feedback, so you don't have to wait a long time, more than a day, to get feedback from your instructor. And every student is made to feel respected and comfortable in the classroom. And as you noted in the comments here, the students find that the videos included in a lot of our courses are very helpful in demonstrating key concepts, so they can watch them over and over again. So if you're the type of learner who likes to review things, those videos can be very helpful. The online course schedule flexibility is again mentioned. Checkpoints to keep you on track each week, so the instructor helps you organize your time. Engaging and encouraging community. And students experience an online course for the first time are often quite surprised with our Edgewood online courses, surprised at how engaged they are. And indeed, what we aim for is engaged academic communities online.
Let's review for a few minutes the advantages of an Edgewood College online MBA program. Our program is value-based, emphasizing ethical leadership that contributes to a just and compassionate world. That last phrase is actually taken from the Edgewood College mission. The quality of our faculty I talked about, and what I'd like to emphasize here is that most of our faculty actually also, especially the adjunct faculty, have active professional lives that then they bring back into the classroom. So they're running businesses, they're attorneys, they're accountants, they're consulting, they have various executive positions, and then they also teach. So you're getting people who are well academically qualified with real-world contemporary experience. As Karen has talked about, and I've talked about, we have schedules that meet your learning needs as professionals who also have other aspects of your lives. Student teams and collaboration is a method that you'll see in many of the classes as appropriate, because that mirrors how the real world of business operates. For those of you who are currently working, you know that many times you're assigned to a team to solve a particular problem that business has. We've talked about the 24/7 access for various service needs that you might have as a student, especially the technical assistance in the online environment. And then as we want you to be an active part of our Edgewood community while you're a student, and then when you leave Edgewood with your degree as an active alumni, a part of our alumni community. And you can do that through through Facebook and LinkedIn, where we have School of Business MBA sites. And also, if you're from the Madison area or in the Madison area, we have a number of alumni events that we would welcome you to participate in. Let me review the course requirements. And again, if you go to the MBA site on edgewood.edu, you can get much more detail about course descriptions and so forth. So this is just an overview. Most of our classes are taught in 8-week sessions and intensive 8-week sessions. The degree requires 42 credits. 33 of those credits are what we call core courses that are required, and then 9 elective credits, or 3 additional courses that are required. We have several concentrations you can see listed, beginning with accounting. And we also have a Master's of Science degree in accounting, which is now taught online. So we actually have a concentration, which is a set of 5 courses that you can take, or a Master's of Science, which is more extensive, and that's offered online. Management concentration, marketing, a new one, which is sustainability leadership, finance, and coming soon will be a degree, a concentration in health systems leadership, and also project management. Those will be available beginning in the fall. So connected to your MBA program of 42 credits, you can also choose to concentrate in one of these other areas and take, generally speaking, 15 credits in one of those concentrations. And 9 of those elective credits would count towards the 15. So think of it as a total of 45 credits that would get you the MBA plus one of these concentrations. Some facts about our program. Some of these are taken from our ground, but they apply to the online as well. Our average class sizes are about 15 students. And for online, we've actually capped the enrollment for our online classes to 15 students as an optimal size for the experience that you would have as a student interacting with a faculty member. Students usually take 5 classes in a 12-month year, and it takes students to get through those 42 credits of just under 3 years to graduate. Of course, if you decided to all commit yourself to one of those concentrations, it might take you approximately another year to finish. But you do it at your own pace, so that's a big advantage. The current tuition cost per credit is $747. That will increase by 3.9% effective this July 1st to $774 a credit. So the total cost of your degree, approximately right now, you'd be looking at around $33,000 for the 42 credits. By comparison to the university system, for an identical type of curriculum, you'd be looking at more than double that cost. Admission requirements, we do require the graduate management professional test. That with a minimal score of 430. Our average student coming in is in the over 500 range, probably about 100 points higher than that. So it's a pretty low bar, actually, to achieve. We do waive that GMAT requirement for veterans, and for an Edgewood College alumni in the last 5 years who has a minimum of a 3-point GPA as an undergraduate. Our GPA requirement is 2.75, and we do expect at least 2 years of professional working experience or its equivalent so that you actually bring some experience into the classroom, which will enrich your experience as a student. We do offer a free GMAT prep test periodically when we have enough students signed up for it. So the next one is taught on May 19th. It's here at the Deming campus. Again, it is free. If you check with other competing programs online that you're aware of, those programs can be very, very expensive. So we offer it for free. We have an expert who used to teach for the Kaplan program who does teach that course, and you should find that very beneficial if you're interested in that. I have a few slides here, the next 3 slides, and you can kind of read through the set. But it talks about the value to you as an individual by earning the MBA degree. Students who graduate from part-time programs earn an average of 55% more in salary and compensation than those who have not gone through a program. The Bureau of Labor Statistics lists the top 25 highest paid occupations, and you can see them there: chief executive, marketing manager, financial people, and salespeople often require an MBA. I won't go through all of these. I'll just give you a few minutes to scan through that detail that should provide you information of the value of seeking and getting an MBA degree. This information, by the way, is available through the Graduate Management Admissions Council, and you can go to their website, gmac.com, gmac.com, and there's a lot of information about the MBA degree and its value and how it pertains to different industry sectors in our economy. The next couple of slides are just graphs to reinforce the value of the degree. You can see that the percentage of job seekers and the annual increase in base salary by industry for those who have obtained the MBA degree. I may be out of sync on the slide, but I'll go back to the one that says percentage of job seekers with an offer of employment. There we go. Okay, now we're in sync. It says 64% in manufacturing. This just shows you the types of industries that people who have received the MBA degree, where the types of industries that they are going into. And then the next slide shows you, again from the GMAC website, the kind of salary increases by business sector that people with MBA degrees are experiencing. We do have several prerequisite courses that we require, and at the moment those are not taught online by Edgewood. We will be bringing them up online. They are cross-listed with our courses taught for returning adults seeking a bachelor's degree, and these are basic accounting, calculus, basic statistics, business law, and macro and microeconomics. The reason that these are prerequisites because in the core courses that I'll summarize briefly in a second, those core courses do have some expectation that there'll be a basic understanding of these business concepts. We do have an arrangement with an online organization called the Online Consortium of Independent Colleges and Universities. That's OCICU, and you can find that at ocicu.org. And that we have an association with that organization, and we recognize their online courses. So if you do not have a background in those subjects, you can take the courses through that consortium, and we will recognize those credits and those that content as qualifying for the prerequisite. The current tuition for those courses is $385 per credit. That will be going up in the neighborhood of 5% or so a year for the next several years, but that's approximately half the cost of the credit for the core MBA degree. The MBA coursework, there's 11 courses if you count them, times 3 credits. That's your 33 core credits. And these are standard courses that you would find in any accredited MBA program. So if you look at most programs, these are the basic courses that you would see. Of course, they'll have the Edgewood approach to these courses and how we organize them and how we deliver them, but the general titles and content would be very similar. So executive communications, accounting, organizational behavior, operations, statistics. So there's one, those last two require, actually accounting, operations, and statistics. All of those require some of those prerequisites I talked about. Marketing, corp finance has some of those quantitative prerequisites. Enterprise, managing of the technology system. Managerial economics, again with some quantitative prerequisites. And a capstone course called strategic management that attempts to pull all of your learning together. And then finally, business ethics course, a business ethics course. Again, just for a review, we have an online orientation before you begin your program. The 24/7 assistance, excellent library resources. You can really get any information you need or that your faculty members require you anywhere in the world through our library. If we don't have it, we have technical linkages to all of those libraries. A lifetime of Edgewood Career Services, help with writing from our Writing Center, and finally support services from our advisors, whether and our graduate advisor within the School of Business. We want to say a little bit about financial aid and tuition resources by talking to Joanne Eastman, whose number and email contact information is there. If you're interested in further pursuing an application, she can answer in detail these questions. But there are federal loans, low-interest loans available for students. There is some other help with tuition reimbursement. If you're a veteran, I've already mentioned that we waive off some of the admission requirements, and then there's some financial programs available. And again, Matt Schrader, who's manages our Veterans Affairs for Edgewood College, his contact information is there, and he can answer any of the specific information. And then we have flexible billing options to help you with the payment of the tuition. So next steps before we get to the questions, our next session that you would be interested in would be in August. We have a June 29th application deadline. Again, contact Joanne Eastman at either her phone number or by email, and she would assist you with all of the questions that you might have about the application, the admissions requirements, the tuition assistance, the requirements for getting your transcripts, letters of recommendations, etc., how to complete an online application, and various information about loans. So Joanne can help hold your hand and guide you through all of that. Very experienced with that whole process. So there's the general website. You can click on graduate programs and then further click on the business school and MBA, and you can find a lot more information there to answer questions we haven't had time to address up to this point. So Karen and I are both available now to take any questions, and I guess you'll type them in, and we'll be reading those and try to respond to them.
Looks like the first question is, will my diploma specify that this MBA was earned online? And the answer to that is no. It looks no different. Next question, how would an HR professional know it was an online degree versus traditional if there isn't a difference noted? Often people will write that. It's a good question, but often people will note on their resumes that it was online because they feel that would be attractive to future employers. So often that would come out also possibly in a job interview that it was indeed a degree that was earned online. So while the physical degree looks exactly the same, you have the opportunity to indicate there was an online degree to your future employer or current employer.
Am I allowed to take a semester off in the online program?
I believe the question is, am I allowed to take a semester off in the online program? Whether, in other words, do you have to take it straight through or not, and take it continuously throughout the whole process?
Yeah, and the answer to that would whether you would be taking the course on the ground or online. We've talked a lot about the flexibility of our program, and we are not a cohort program. So some schools require, you come in with 25 other students or whatever number, and you stay with that group of students throughout your program. We recognize that everyone has differences, so we have that flexibility. Some students will take courses out of sequence. We'll have students that have busy business schedules. They're traveling globally. They have seasonal times where their job demands a greater amount of work in the spring, so they take time off. They may stop out to have children or some other personal kind of experience, and so you can come and go. We have a 7-year requirement, so if you can take the courses on the ground or online or in some combination and complete it in 7 years, you're good to go. We don't see any other questions. We'll wait for a while if anybody has another question. Doesn't look like there are other questions, so we want to thank you very much for attending the webinar. We hope that you've learned a lot from it and that this has been helpful to you. We'll send each of you an email later this afternoon with the contact information and the links back to our website. And we hope that we'll be able to welcome you in the near future to Edgewood College and the MBA program online. Thank you.